Okay, so let's start. Mabilis lang to class slab kasi we were able to design na yung beam eh. So, once you design the beams, it is almost the same on the slab. We say slab. So, reinforced concrete slab are large flat plates that are supported on all sides by beams, maybe walls, or by the ground. If the slab is supported by two opposite sides only, they're referred as one-way slab. If the slab is supported in all sides, the long is more than twice the short side. Okay, so we actually did this no nung nagpa-plates tayo. The slab is classified as one-way slab. Okay? So if L over S is greater than and equal to 2, okay. So or ayan no, L is greater than twice the sides 2S, that is considered as two-way slab. One-way slab, sorry, one-way slab, no? If less than 2, that is one-way slab. Ulit. Two-way, one-way slab to one-way. Okay, one-way slab. Pag two-way, pag two-way, L over S is less than, isang sulat, is less than 2. So how do we get the thickness of the slab? So the minimum thickness of slab for is simply supported, that is L over 20, one end continuous, L over 24, both end continuous, L over 28, and then cantilever slab is L over 10. So how can we identify the support of the slab? So you just have to look at the, okay, so let's say meron ganito tayo, no? Okay. So you just have to look on the shorter span of the slab and then get a strip. For example, this slab. So you get a strip and then take a look on its support. Okay, let's say we are analyzing this slab. Take note ha, you get a strip parallel to the shorter span. And then take a look on the support. Now, as we can see here, we have here a support and another support. This support is discontinuous, meaning wala nang adjacent slab. And this support is continuous kasi may kadikit pa na slab. Again, discontinuous and continuous support. So therefore, the minimum thickness is what? Ayan, one end continuous. L over 24. Okay. L refers to the shorter span of your beam. Okay. Rather slab. L refers to the shorter span, okay, of your slab. Shorter span of your slab. So meaning dito, 3,000 millimeters divided by, okay, one end continuous, 24. If that is both end continuous, okay, ito yung formula mo. L over 24. Let's take a look doon sa ating figure. So, nasaan dito guys ang mga slab na one-way slab? Of course, this is one-way slab. Okay, 8 over 3.5. Okay, kasi 8 over 3.5 is greater than 2. Okay, so technically that is a one-way slab. Let's take a look on its strip. Okay, parallel to the shorter span. No, so therefore the supports are continuous, both end continuous. May kadugtong. Okay, both end continuous and therefore the minimum thickness is L over H. That is the minimum thickness of the slab. No? For a cantilever slab, so that is L over 10. So unfortunately, for this figure, we don't have any cantilever slab. So how can we identify if that is a cantilever slab? Okay, so dapat, let's say, we will draw another, okay, column here. And then, ayan. So wag ka na maglagay ng beam dito. Kasi pag naglagay ka pa ng beam, a beam is a support. Okay, so if we are going to consider this strip, okay, the strip parallel to the shorter span, that strip is a cantilever slab. Okay? So usually nangyari siya sa mga balcony. Even though wala ditong ano no, column, May column man yan o wala. Basta dito, tinitingnan mo lang naman class yung end of the strip. No, ito kasi walang beam. Ito may beam. That is a cantilever. Okay? So how about the simply supported? Okay, simply supported naman guys, dapat walang katabi both side. Walang discontinuous siya both side. For example, we will try to extend this framing here. So we get a strip parallel to the shorter span. Okay? Yan yung strip natin. Para to the short, may beam dapat dito. Yan, may beam dyan. And then we get a strip. Ito strip to guys ha, not a beam. We get a strip parallel to the shorter span and then we analyze it. Okay, we have here a support, another support, but those support don't have any adjacent slab. So wala nang adjacent slab doon. So we can consider that as a simply supported slab. That's how we get what type of slab are we analyzing. No, now one-way slab. So that we can get its minimum thickness. That is a minimum thickness, no? Meaning you can still increase it, no? So aside from that, we also have to multiply this quantity to 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Why? Because if we are using Fy other than 420, so it is, ano no? It is a requirement no, to multiply these terms by 0.4 Fy over 700. Kasi, sir, bakit hindi mo na siya minultiply ng ganyan if your Fy is 400? So, 420. Kasi kung 420 lang naman yung class, para ka lang nag-multiply ng 1.0. O, try natin ha. 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Fy natin 0.4 plus Fy 420 megapascal over 700. Equivalent lang yan class sa 1. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, other than 420, so magbabago tong multiplier natin. Let's say, we use 375 megapascal, mag-less than yan sa 1. Okay? So, we have 0.93. Diba? So, it is a multiplier no, of your minimum thickness gauge. Let's now try to design. So, how do we design slab? We will just consider it as a beam. Identify the end moments and positive bending moments. So, the strip, no? So, for this problem, we are going to design so the floor system supports the given pressure loads. Using the approximate analysis for the design slab, design loads, design all one-way slab S bounded by the grid CD using FC prime of 21 megapascal and Fy of 345 megapascal. So the rebar diameter is 10 millimeter and the concrete cover is 20 millimeter. Anyway, if the concrete cover is not given for the slab, that is always 20 millimeters minimum concrete cover. So, once we analyze kasi yung slab, bakit parallel dito? Kasi the main reinforcement is parallel to the shorter span. So, magde-design din lang tayo ng mga reinforcement parallel to the shorter span. Yung sa long span class, hindi na yun dinidesign. So, we will just provide temperature bars na tawag natin sa parallel to the longer span. Shorter span yung dinidesign natin due to the flexure. Okay, kasi ang bending neto class is about the shorter span. So magbe-bend yung slab pag ganyan, shorter span. So para lang siyang beam na nag-bend sa support, that is a negative bending moment. Sa mid-span, that is a positive bending moment. So we're just designing a beam here. Okay, so ang goal lang natin muna is to get the uniformly distributed load acting on that slab. Okay, so we will consider a 1 meter strip of the slab and then that is a beam, no? Pagka in-analyze natin yung class, yan, part na yan, para tayong may beam. Okay, beam na, yan. Ganyan yung magiging beam natin. This is your slab na strip. So, per 1 meter strip. So, we will consider later a 1 meter strip of slab. Okay, this is parallel to the short span, S to. Tapos yung support mo dito is beams. R-beam, no? Ayan. So, ngayon, i-design mo yung bakal nito, guys. Ito yung cross-section mo ngayon. Okay? Kasi magde-deflect siya ng ganyan. Negative bending moment sa support, positive sa midspan. Yan pala ang deflection. Okay, this is your cross-section later on. So therefore, we have to identify the uniformly distributed load acting on your beam. Okay, so how do we get that? First is you have to get the pressure acting on top of your slab, the combined pressure from the dead load and the live load. And that must be factored kasi we are designing. Dinidesign natin class yung bakal parallel to this. This is your shorter span. Okay? And then looking at the cross section, so the concrete cover is minimum of 20 millimeter. So this is your main bar. Now, if we are considering the mid-span, okay, the mid-span, the tension bar should be located at the bottom. So ito yung class, yung bottom tension. Ganyan. So ang per 1 meter strip ang consideration natin. So we're not looking at the number of bars here, but instead the spacing of that bars. So we're going to solve here the spacing per every 1 meter strip of your slab. So later on gagawin natin yan. Spacing. Okay. So, and then where is the concrete cover here? Wala na tayong stirrups dito, guys. So directly na yan, yung concrete cover mo, okay, susunod na agad dyan, yung bakal na i-design natin. Okay. So after the concrete cover, yung bakal na agad. So therefore, to calculate the effective depth neto later on, so the effective depth is the thickness of the slab minus the concrete cover minus agad the diameter ng bar over 2. You don't have any stirrups here. So ganyan lang po i-calculate ang magiging effective depth natin mamaya. Okay? So let's start to design this. So first, since we are designing this for slabs, so let's calculate their thickness. Okay, individually. Okay, let's calculate their thickness. Okay. So first, okay, you have to get a 1 meter a strip parallel to the shorter span. Okay, parallel to the ito na yon. And then identify their supports. Okay, so itong strip na to, okay, ano yung magiging support nila? Dulo-dulo. Are they simply supported? One end continuous, both end continuous, or a cantilever? Okay. So, and then you have to multiply this by 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Okay, so, considering this, okay, ano ngang type ng slab to? One-way slab na one end continuous, simply supported, both end continuous, or cantilever? Okay, one end continuous siya. So, therefore, getting the thickness for one end continuous, ito yon. Okay, so, L over 24, 0.4 times plus Fy over 700. So, L natin dyan is 3,000. Okay, center to center of the beam, yung L. So, 3,000 over 24 multiply to 0.4 plus Fy over 700. So, ito siya. Para dito. Okay, next. Ito class, pati ito, parehas lang yung distance, yung length nila, 3.5. And they are both, okay, anong type ng support condition meron tayo dito sa slab na to? Are they simply supported? One and continuous? Both and continuous? Or cantilever? Both and continuous. So therefore, for both and continuous, that is L over 28. So we have 35 over 28. Okay, you multiply it to Fy. Since we're not using here 420 na Fy, so we'll be using this multiplier, 0.4 plus Fy over 700. Then finally, we have this slab, L over 24. Okay, so that is 0.4 plus, okay, L over 24. Bakit? Kasi that is a one-way slab. One-way slab with the support condition of one end continuous. Okay, one end continuous lang siya. Okay, so, yan. Solving the following values. So we have for this one, so we have 111 para dito, no? 111.607. For this one, we have 111.607 also. Then for this one, calculate mo dyan is 130.208. Now, of course, pag nagde-design naman tayo ng slab sa isang buong flooring, ito lang naman pinadesign sa atin. So we always want it to have a uniform thickness. Yung pangit kasi mag-construct ka, mahirapan ka mag-construct niyan pag paiba-iba yung thickness. Okay, so we always select yung safest thickness sa lahat na ng slab. Okay? So tingin nyo class, what will be the safest here for if we are designing this C2D na slab? So is it 111 or 130? What will be the safest thickness of the slab here? Na masasatisfy nyo na sa lahat. Na para sa lahat na, no? Of course, that is 130. Eh, mas malaki, no? When we are talking about the dimension, so always use the larger size kasi that is the safest one. Okay? But of course, ayaw naman natin na may decimal, so we round this. Okay, round up or round down? Tingin nyo. Round up or round down? Round up? Very good. No, kasi pag ni-roundan mo yan, minimum nga eh. So, dapat pataas lagi tayo. So, ang usapan naman natin dito, class, is by 5 millimeters. Divisible by 5. Just like the spacing ng ating stirrups, no? 5 millimeters. So, we round up this by 5 millimeter, and this thickness now will be used for the design of the slab. Okay? First is next thing to do after identifying the thickness of the slab is you calculate the pressure acting on top of it. So assuming that they have the same they have the same pressure loads, they have the same floor finish, ceiling, electromechanical, concrete unit weight, and the live load acting on those top of of the slab, pare-parehas na lang yan. So they will also have same pressure, no, na may experience. Let's just add the dead load, no? And then wala, may live load. May live load din pala to, no? We will also add that live load. Okay, so but make sure to factor it, no? So unahin muna natin class yung dead load. Okay, so we compute the uniformly distributed load, okay, of the dead load. Kasi again, no, kukuha tayo dito ng 1 meter strip. Ayan, ganyan. Ito yung 1 meter strip na yun per slab. And then the pressure load is acting on top of it. Now, how do you make it a uniformly distributed load? Pressure, okay, is kilonewton per square meter. So you multiply it by 1 meter strip so that your pressure load will be concentrated doon sa uniform. No, will be concentrated doon sa mid span or mid length ng 1 meter strip. So magiging uniformly distributed load na yung pressure load. Okay, so just multiply all the pressure to 1 meter strip. So let's prioritize first yung dead load. So floor finish, ceiling, all of these are in pressure aside from the concrete unit weight. So you multiply pa ito sa thickness of the slab. Okay, so floor finish, ceiling, electromechanical plus the weight of self-weight of the slab. So unit weight of concrete or concrete density kasi ang tawag dito sa NSCP. Unit weight of concrete. So 24 ang given dito, but if we're referring to the actual value nito sa NSCP, that is 23.6. Pero pag given, no? So use na yung given. Okay, so times the thickness of the slab, multiply to the 1 meter strip. Okay, so add lang natin yan. Okay, so 1 plus 1 plus 0.1 plus 24 times 0.135 times 1 meter strip. So we can calculate a 5.34 kilonewton per meter of the service dead load. Uniform na siya, which is acting uniformly doon sa ating 1 meter strip of the slab. Okay, next is the live load. Okay, so wala ka naman nang i-add dito for the live load, but to make it a uniformly distributed load, just multiply it to the 1 meter strip para maging kilonewton per meter. And then we factor it. So by these factors, 1.2 dead load and 1.6 live load, So we have a factor load of 10.248 kilonewton per meter. So what's next? So we calculate the end moments and positive bending moment. Okay, so we'll be using, okay, for the design of slabs, we can actually use this approximate moment for one-way slab. Okay, approximate moment for one-way slab. So how do we use this this table? Okay, so you just have to read yung table na to, guys. This is applicable, no, if you are analyzing beams and one-way slabs. Okay, for one-way slabs lang ha. But for beams, applicable siya. Okay, so how do we use this moment coefficient method or the approximate analysis? Okay, approximate moment. So ang goal natin kasi dito, class, is to calculate the end moments ng ating maslab, yung moment dito sa end, moment dito sa midspan, moment sa midspan, moment sa end. Okay, so we're going to draw the cross section nito, guys. Okay, so the cross section looks like this. A baby. Okay. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our target here is to calculate yung moment, may moment kasi yan dito, sa face, yung moment doon sa face, sa midspan. Yan. Okay. So, calculate natin yung mga moment sa midspan, okay, which is positive moment, positive bending moment, and then moment doon sa mga support, face of the support. Okay. So ito yung location 1 natin. Location 1. Ito yung ating grid. Location 1. Ito yun, 1. Location 1, 2. Location 2. Location 1, 3. 3. Location 4. Location 5. 5. Ito, location 3, 4. Location 4, 5. Yan. So, ito yung unang span natin, pangalawang span, third span, and fourth span. So, how do we get this coefficient? And what is the importance of that coefficient? Kasi, to get the moment, you just have to multiply the coefficient, parang ganito, 1/14. No, 1/14 by W U ln squared. Okay? Coefficient, ito lahat yan class na may mga WU ln squared. Tapos i-multiply mo na lang doon sa coefficient na 1/14, 1/11, 1/16, 1/24, 69, 10, and 11. So, you just have to read kung paano gagamitin to class. Ito, ganito lang naman siya. For positive bending moment, ito yon sa mga nasa gitna, positive bending moment. Okay, end span. E dito lang yon, end span, end span. Okay, sa dulong span. Discontinuous end with integral support. Okay. Discontinuous end, unrestrained. Kapag ka yung dulo mo daw, yung end span mo, tapos tumingin ka sa discontinuous end, doon sa dulo. Okay, dito, sa support na to. Kung may support yan, kung with support, 1/14. Kung walang support, 1/11. Unrestrained is walang support. So, titingnan mo lang class kung anong gagamitin mo dyan. Okay, so therefore, dahil ito ay may support, ang coefficient mo dito sa positive is 1/14. Okay, 1/14. Ang coefficient mo dito sa positive bending moment, 1/14. 1/14. May support ka kasing beam. Yung slab is supported by beam. Unless that is a cantilever. Pag cantilever yan, wala ditong support. So pag cantilever support to class, ito 1/14, will be 1/11. Okay? And how about doon sa mga natitira pang positive moment? Yung mga natitira pang positive moment is 1/16. Okay, 1/16. Okay, next, doon ka naman sa negative bending moment. Okay? So for the negative bending moment, basahin mo lang to, exterior face of the interior face of the exterior support. Yung exterior support mo, class, ito. Yan. Exterior support sa pinakadulo. Okay, tingnan mo yung interior face niya. Ito, class. Interior face to, nasa loob. Wala ka nang pake dito sa exterior face of the exterior support. Yung interior face lang ang gusto mo dyan. Okay? Interior face of the exterior support. So ano daw yung magiging coefficient natin dyan? Mamimili ka lang sa 1/4 or 1/16. Kailan mo gagamitin si 1/24? Kapag ka ang support mo ay beam. Eh di ba ang slab supported by beam. So ang gagamitin mo na dito, 1/24. Okay, ang slab lagi siyang supported by beam. Pero kapag nag-a-analyze tayo ng column, halimbawa, ito yung dinedesign mo para sa beam, no? For ano, no? For approximate analysis. Okay, so ang gagamitin mo dyan, 1/16. For column kasi, 1/16. Pagka beam ang dinedesign mo, no? Ang support kasi ng beam is column, eh. Diba? So, 1/16. But for slab, laging 1/24 to. Okay, so we're done with this one, exterior face of the exterior support. You proceed with this one. Exterior face of the first interior support. Ito yung unang interior support. Considering this side. Okay? Considering this side. So ito yung unang, yan, unang exterior support considering right side. So therefore, yung coefficient, dalawa yung ating face dito ng first interior support. Okay, this one, ito, is the exterior face. Exterior face of the first interior support. Ito yung binabanggit dito. Exterior face of the first interior support. So ano daw gagamitin natin na coefficient dito? Mamimili ka lang sa dalawa ulit. Okay, kapag ka ang ina-analyze natin ay more than 2 spans, 1/10. Pagka 2 spans exactly, 1/9. So ano gagamitin natin dito, class? 1/9 or 1/10? Yes, very good, 1/10. Kasi more than 2 spans to eh. Diba? Okay, so natitira na lang ito na lang. So, madali na yan kasi all na yan. All of the face of the other support. 1/11. 11, 1/11, 1/11, 1/11. Okay, yan na yung mga coefficient. I-multiply mo na lang sa WU. Kaya natin kinuha yung uniformly distributed load times ln squared. So, 1/11 na lang yung natitira ng mga negative bending moment. So, ito na yung moment doon. Okay, sige, try natin ha. Bakit yun? Sinamarize ko na. Kasi medyo matagal yun eh kapag ka inisa-isa natin. Let's say, practicean muna natin. WULN squared. Ito yung mga coefficient ha. Unahin muna natin ito. Try natin kunin yung moment dito sa first span. Ito yung first span natin dito. Ito yung 1 to 2, 3, 4, 5. Grid to ha. Yan. Okay. So, ang formula mo, class, dito sa 1, no? WULN squared, ln squared, times the coefficient. Ito yun, 1/24. Yung WU natin, class, ito yun, 10 point, okay, WU is equal to 10.248. 48. Okay, ano ln natin dyan? Tingnan mo yung ln mo, class, from 1 to 2. Okay. ln, what do we mean by ln? Okay. Sa ln naman dito, class, kanina ha, L yung ginamit mo. For the length, for ito, L yan na sa formula yan, L. Okay. L yan ha, pag sa thickness, center to center dimension of the beams. Okay, dito class, what is ln? Okay. ln is actually clear span lengths. Clear. Clear. Sinabing clear, tatanggalin mo yung slab lang talaga ang tinitignan mo. Okay, clear. So, ano bang dimensions natin ng slab? 3, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. Center to center of the beams yon. Okay? So, this is 3. This is 3.5. Center to center to 3.5. And this is 3.5. But that is not the LN. So, W natin yan. Ano yan? Ano yan? L yan. Ano yung LN? Clear. Dati ito lang yung LN natin. So, ima-minus natin yung kalahati ng beam at kalahati ng beam. So, kaya given yung dimension ng beam class, okay, hindi mo siya kailangan sa load, pero kailangan mo siya sa pagkuha ng LN. Ano yung dimension ng beam? 300 by 600. Yung width, yung kailangan natin, which is 300 millimeters. Okay, so, okay. So, 3,000 minus 300. So, 27. 2.7 ating LN. So, dito, 2.7. Dito ko na lang sulat. Dito, 3.2. So, 3.2. Okay. Dito, 3.2 din. Anyway, 3.2 rin din LN mo dito. 3.2. Okay, yan yung mga LN natin, class. We're now ready to compute the moments doon sa ating mga end moments tsaka positive bending moments. Okay. So, W natin, class. So, WU is equal to 10.248 kilonewton per meter. Okay. So, yung LN natin ng 1 to 2, LN ng 1 to 2, is equal to 2.7 meters. Diba? Ayan, kasi we subtract the 300 millimeter dimension. So, we're now ready to get the, okay, so we have the coefficient of 1. Okay. So, LN natin ng 1 to 2, lista lang natin. LN natin, okay, LN natin ng 2 to 3, that is 3.2 meters. Okay, LN natin ng 3 to 4, that is also 3.2 meters. And then LN natin ng 4 to 5, that is also 3.2 meters. Okay, so compute na natin, class, yung moment ng 1. That is just the coefficient. Lista natin yung mga coefficient. So, coefficient doon sa 1, sinalang natin. No? Coefficient doon sa 1, 1 over 24. Coefficient doon sa 2, that is 1 over 14. This is based doon sa ating dinowing kanina, no? Based doon sa NSCP. Sige, then, ano pala, 1, 2 pala. 1, 2. Sa midspan, no? Midspan to. Itong 1 over 14, again, nagalingin dito. Ayan, no? 1 over 14. From this table, okay? So, 1 over 14, and then coefficient ng 2, okay? So, that is 1 over 10. So, let's try to design this beam, yung first span. Okay? So, alamin natin yung moment. So, yung magiging moment mo dyan, moment 1 is coefficient times WU ln. Okay, multiply mo lang sa ln. Of course, nung first span. Okay? Nung 1 to 2. Okay? So, answer mo, ganun agad. Kilonewton per meter. At diba? ln squared rather. Squared. Coefficient. Ay, hindi na. So, hindi ko pala nakita yung C1. Ayan. We have 3.3113 kilonewton meters. Okay, so ganun lang class. Tapos ito naman, paano naman yung positive bending moment sa gitna? Okay, ito yung gitna, yung 1, 2. Okay, so coefficient lang ulit. Coefficient. Coefficient ng 2. Okay, coefficient ng 2. Okay, multiply. Midspan pala tayo. Midspan. Coefficient ng 1, 2. Midspan tayo. 1, 2. Parehas lang naman yung uniform load. Yan. So, nakuha si 5.336. Next, doon naman tayo class sa moments ng 2. Right support ng ating first span. Okay, ito yon. Moment dito sa face na to, magkaiba yung moment nilang dalawa. Magkaiba yung coefficient nila eh. Ito coefficient po dito. And then the other one, ito 1/11. Okay. Yung interior face. Ito kasi exterior face of the first interior support. Ito interior face of the first interior support. Magkaiba yung coefficient nila. Magkaibang moment na makukuha mo dyan. Okay, so how do we get the moment? Coefficient, WU, LN. Pero, mag-a-average tayo. Okay, basahin natin to guys. Okay. Kasi pag meron tayong, parin ko lang pa, to calculate the negative moment, negative, LN shall be the average of the adjacent clear span. Eh sir, bakit dito, hindi natin ginamit yung average? Eh, di ba yung location 1 is a negative moment? Bakit hindi natin siya in-average yung adjacent clear span? Wala ka naman kasing adjacent na clear span dito sa point 1. Sa point 2 meron. So, you have to get etong point na to ang kinukuha natin the bending moment, no? So, we have to get the adjacent clear span of 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Kasi itong point na to, yun yung adjacent sila. 'Di ba? Yung para sa negative moment na to, they are adjacent. Okay? So, we have to get the average of the adjacent clear span. Okay, sige. Wait lang. Punta na tayo dito. Ayan na. Kukunin na natin to class. Etong value na to. So, paano makukuha yan? Okay? So, adjacent. Di ba yung 1 to 2 tsaka 2 to 3 ang adjacent? Okay? Kung kinukuha natin yung point 2, so magkatabi si 1 to 2 tsaka 2 to 3. Negative bending moment, you get the, so dito na tayo sa moment 2. Coefficient natin dito, kailangan si 2. Plus WU, ang LN natin class should be the average of the adjacent clear span. And then naka-square pa rin to. Okay, so si LN 1, 2 plus si LN 2, 3. Yan, so over 2 lang natin. Walang 1. Okay, walang n kasi. Yan, kaya nakuha itong 8.918 kilonewton per meters. Dahil may moment ka na class, parang nag-analysis ka lang nito ng singly reinforced beam. Okay, you need to get the effective depth. Take note yung thickness natin na ginamit dito, the thickness of the slab is 135 mm. This was based on the safest thickness sa mga slab natin na dinidesign. Since 4 yung dinesign natin, we get the which among them will be the safest thickness. So you get the thickness of the slab and then get the effective depth. You need to get the diameter of the bar. Okay, this will be the effective depth, no? H minus concrete cover minus diameter ng bar over 2. Okay, diameter ng bar, mostly ang ginagamit na bar diameter sa mga slab ay 10 mm, 12 mm, ganyan, 16. So, hindi masyadong makapal. Okay. Kasi binibend yan eh. Okay, so 135. So, we get the effective depth. For the effective depth is equal to the thickness of the slab minus the concrete cover of 20 mm minus the diameter of the bar. Okay, so let's the diameter ng bar over diameter ng bar is equal to 10 millimeter. Concrete cover is 20 millimeter. Okay, so CC minus diameter ng bar over 2. So we have 110 millimeters. Okay, so how do we analyze this? You may use the derived formula. Di ba nag-derive tayo may pag-given moment? Pag given yung moment, may dinerive tayo ng formula nun eh, rho Fy. Bisado niyo po ba yun? See? Mag-a-analyze lang tayo dito, guys. Bisado niyo ba yung dinerive? Kasi di ko bisado na yun. Diba? Ito yung ating cross-section. 1 meter strip. Okay? 1,000 millimeter. Tapos ito yung thickness. We will draw the stress strain diagram. Ito yung tension bars natin. Considering positive bending. Pag nasa negative bending, nasa taas yan. Pag drawing yung stress strain diagram, same lang yan. Plus, ganun lang din stress strain diagram yan. Tapos stress diagram, saka one layer lang lagi to. Okay, stress diagram, yun lang siya. Tension tsaka compression. Tension and compression. So technically, to identify the bending moment, okay, we will use C is equal to T for us. We can use C equals to T and then to calculate the bending moment. So the moment capacity is equal to the tension. Tension or compression. So tension, compression na lang gamitin ko. Multiply to this time, T minus A over 2. Okay. And we can multiply it by the reduction factor both side para maging moment capacity. And then i-equate lang natin yan sa MU. Diba? May dinerive tayong formula nito na if we have MU, we can get the rho. We can get the rho required. And then after that, rho is equal to ASBT. Nalaman po ba yun yung formula na dinerive natin? MU is equal to phi rho Fy ba yun? Rho Fy BD squared. Pay nyo sa akin pag mali. 1 minus rho Fy over 1.7 Fc prime. Tama ba daw? Okay. Takas. Siyempre. Okay. But you can use this or eto. It's up to you kung ano gusto mo dyan, class. Ang gawin natin. Okay, so try natin yung dalawa para just compare it. So, ang formula is MU. MU is equal to P M Phi rho Fy. So rho Fy Fy BD squared times times 1 minus rho Fy. Nawala yung rho. Okay. Rho Fy. Sa plates niya, pwede kang gumamit ng ganito para okay. Hindi na kayo nahihirapan pag manual calculation. Okay, so FC prime. So, of course, yan, ito. Derive, ano lang natin, to solve for rho. Solve for rho. Given ba yung FC prime? The FC prime is 304. The FY is 345 megapascal. And then the FC prime is 28 ata megapascal. Ba yung FC prime? 21 lang. Okay, 21 megapascal. Papalabasin natin dito yung raw requirement. 81 megapascal. Okay. So, simple ano lang natin 'to, shift solve. So, ano, solve for ano, solve for row. Dalawang row yung maano natin dito, eh, maso-solve. Dalawa quadratic kasi ito, eh, pero yung maggo-govern dito, I think this one. Una. So, row. Yan, mahaba naman yung Dremel equation. Okay, ano yung fee? Yung fee, pag nagde-design tayo, of course, gusto natin, we want it to tension control section. Okay, anong B pala dito? Ba't iba yung fee dito? Ano yung B natin pala, class? Okay, ano pala yung B natin dito? Sige nga, looking at the figure, ano yung magiging B natin dito? We consider 1 meter strip. So, ano yung B? We consider 1 meter strip. 1,000. Very good. 1,000 millimeters. Parang may beam ka na may 1,000 mm. Imagine mo, no? 1,000 mm yan, class. Okay, yung MU natin dito, yung mga moment na ginamit natin dito, no? Okay? So, let's say, MU muna is equal to M1. Okay? Ito muna gamitin natin. Design muna natin to. Okay? So, value, isang check kasi. Variable. Wala pala. Ay, ito pala. Yan, okay na. So, raw. Yan na to. Yun. 0 point. Laki, di ba? Laki na ito. Yung isa yung gamitin natin, guys. Laki. Diba tayo nag-govern yung negative? Masyado malaki yun, class. No? Para sa negative po nila. Laki ng area nun. Dapat yung still ratio natin mababa. Yun. Ano ba yun? Yan, ito na nga yun, class. 0 point. Decimal place. Ayan. So, ito na yung raw required natin. Okay. Raw required. So, raw required. Yan. Raw rec. So, pero, di ba kasi, meron tayong roaming sa ano no? Sa roaming, may roaming tayo na pinagpipilian dati na nagde-design tayo ng beam. Pero hindi minimum row ang gagamitin na lang natin. Meron tayong AS min na lang. Sa ano kasi design of slab, AS min meron yung class ito. AS min for one way. So we'll be using this one. Okay? So instead of row min. So kunin mo na yung AS na ito class. So pag may row required ka na, AS is equal to row BD. Row B natin is 1,000 ha. 1,000 yung B natin. And then D, hindi the effective depth na sinol based on the thickness of the slab. Okay, so this is your AS required. Lagyan natin required because of the required AS required. Okay, then AS rec you have 91 at 94. Siguro hindi naka-store. 8 4 yung nagamit. Ito kasi stored value. Okay. So, row BD lang is required. And then, kung gusto mo i-solve naman to 158, palitan mo na lang yung moment. Doon na tayo sa M2. M2. M12. Diba? Mabilis na siya. 158. Okay, tapos, It's up to you kung ano gusto yung gamitin. Pwede kayo mag-Excel or ganito. Pwede nyo naman i-print to. Pagka sa complete, kasi we always provide one complete solution na FB design. Pwede mo naman i-print to. Okay, tanggalin mo lang yung grid. I-print up, ano na siya. Tapos ayusin mo lang yung presentation. So, pwede na. Ito yung gamitin mo. Okay? Dito ka na mag-compute. Mababago naman yung ano na ito. Yung type of document. Kung ano yung size na ito. Okay, so ayan, AS required. After that, you have to compare the required na compute mo dito with AS minimum. Okay, the minimum is based on this formula. AS minimum is 0.002 area of the gross. Gross, hindi BD. Okay, area of the gross. We are looking at the cross section of the beam. So that is 1,000 by thickness. Okay, so if your Fy is less than 420, we use this. But your Fy is greater than, so we use this value, the greater of. Okay, so since Fy is less than 420 megapascal, we use this AS min. So AS min is equal to 0. Area ng gross 0.002 times B times the thickness PT. So the minimum area is 270. Ang na-design lang natin class 158. Tapos ang minimum area is 270. So ano mag-govern dito class? Okay, rest, correct, minimum. Ayun na. So pili ka lang dun class and then design mo na yung number of. Okay. So yan. So dito class, minimum diba may AS required ka, tapos may AS minimum, tapos compare mo lang dun kung sino mag-govern, yun yung magiging AS mo. Okay, so the AS is yung max, mas mataas na value between the AS required, okay, and AS minimum. Pipiliin nyo lang dyan yung sino yung mas mataas. Okay, 270 millimeters. Okay. So, gagawin mo sa lahat yun. Okay. Halimbawa dito, kasi ito, ang moment mo dyan, 9.514 kilonewton meter. So, gawin natin, 9.514. 9.514. 9.514 kilonewton meter. Yun. So, di ba, ang required mo dito, 285. Ang minimum mo, 270. So, ang mag-govern doon, 285. Mali. May discrepancy kasi nakas, ano ba to? 9.540 pala, 540. 540. Ayan. So, 286. Siguro nakastore ito. Okay, 286. Okay. Pero ito yung pinakamataas na moment to. And that maximum moment actually, no, doon sa lahat ng din-design mo, yun yung pinakagagamitin mo for the overall design of the spacing. Kakaiba-kaiba kasi ng mga spacing in class. Iba yung AS mo no? Okay. Iba-iba yung AS dahil iba-iba yung mag-govern dyan base sa moment. May nag-govern na minimum, may nag-govern na required. Okay. So kung mapapansin nyo class dito sa coefficient na 1/10, okay, and we have 10.494 kilonewton meter. So we have 316.02. 494. Okay. So ito na yung gagamitin natin overall for the design of. So, sa lahat na to, kunin mo lang dito class yung pinakamataas. Okay. And then, yun na yung magiging basis natin for the design of the spacing. So, we will now solve the spacing. Okay. How do we solve the spacing? But before that, let's identify first the maximum spacing. Kasi baka yung ma-design natin yung spacing sobrang laki. Dapat, hindi siya mag-exceed sa maximum spacing. Okay? So, the maximum spacing shall be 3H or 450. How do we get the actual spacing? The actual spacing is AB over S times 1,000. Saan galing yan, sir? AB over S times 1,000. Diba, we have 1 meter strip. Diba, we have 1 meter strip or 1,000 millimeter. Okay? So, may mga bakal yun dyan. Per spacing. Spacing is is yan. Okay, consider natin dyan. For 1 meter strip. Hanapin natin, class, kung ano yung spacing. So, paano ba natin binibilang? Doon muna lang tayo sa bilang ng bakal. Ano ba natin binibilang yung number of bars? Di ba, number of bars is AS. AS. Nakuha mo kanina AS. Over area ng individual bar. Diba? Okay, ngayon, hindi naman kasi number of bar ang gusto natin. Gusto natin yung spacing. Paano mo malalaman yung, if you have 1,000, paano mo malalaman yung bilang ng bakal? If you have 1,000, di ba? You divide 1,000 by S. Divide 1 by S. So, S is equal to 1,000. Area ng bar, okay, over AS. Ayan, galing to, class. Ayan. AV over AS times 1,000 to get the actual spacing. Okay? So, kunin na natin, class, yung actual spacing, but you have to compare this to S max. Okay. S required kasi galing siya sa dito, no? So, S required is equal to you just have to select ano na lang natin. S, you just have to select kung sino yung smaller dito sa tatlo na to. Okay, pagpipili lang natin si area ng bar, okay, times 1,000 limiter over yung AS mo na nag-verb. And then yung 3 times H. What do you mean by H? H, class, is the thickness of the slab. Okay, 3H. And then yung 450 millimeter. Okay. AB, di pa natin na-define. AB is isang bakal lang to. No? AB is pi diameter ng bar squared times 0.25 over 4. Ating AB, area na isang bakal. H natin, class, is the thickness. Yan. So, the spacing, governing spacing is 248 na galing doon sa required, no? Pero pag sobrang laki nito, halimbawa, maliit yung bending moment, tingnan mo, class. Sabihin natin yung bending moment ay 1 lang. 1 kilonewton meter. Okay. 290. So, ano ito? Hindi. Ano pa rin, no? Ano bang kasi minimum din naman yung nag-govern, eh. So, si minimum nag-govern, yung AS mo dito, yung galing sa minimum. So, ito pa rin yung mangyayari dyan. Isa pa rin. 291. So, hindi naman nag-govern si 3D tsaka 4D. Okay, so that's how we solve the spacing. Okay, so you get all the spacing. Okay. Pero ang solve mo lang, if you are designing all of the slab, especially for your plates, now if you are solving for this, you want to identify the spacing for one-way slab, so kunin mo lang yung may pinakamalaking moment. Which sa case na to, okay, you don't have to solve lahat ng ito, class. Kasi, wala eh, mas malaki, mas masinsin din yung spacing nito eh. Ito, maluluwag spacing yan, class. So, isa lang kasi in general ang gagamitin nating spacing for one-way slab. Okay, at yung galing yun sa may pinakamalaking moment, yung critical. Kasi, Ay, nakita niyo yung details niyo ng slab? Schedule ng slab? Sa schedule ng slab niyo, I show to you this. Sige. Okay, sa schedule ng slab, meron lang dun S1, refers to one-way slab, and S2 refers to, pwedeng baliktad yan, no? To two-way slab. Hindi naman maraming pinakita na one-way slab eh. Di ba, iba-iba yung dimension ng mga one-way slab. Okay, pero may isang S1 lang dun, tsaka S2. Tapos may CS kung may cantilever slab. Kasi yung design ng one-way slab, naka-general na para sa lahat. Dinesign lang yung pinaka-critical na slab. So sa case na to, ang naging critical dito class ito. Okay. Yung mid-span, mid-span ba to? Hindi, yung left support ng yung left support of yung grid 4-5. O left support of the grid 4-5. 0.4 of the grid 4-5. Yung pinakamatas na moment. So, kung ano yung spacing makuha mo dun, ipasok mo na rin yun. Yun na rin maging spacing ng the rest of the slab. Okay? So, ganun pag magde-design to. Pero pag sa exam, so kung ano yung pinadesign, halimbawa, design, location number 1, design the space. So, you don't have to compare that to the other moment. No? You just focus, ganun lang naman sa exam, just focus on one point, no, ng ating slab na pinapadesign. Ayun ba, pinadesign to, wala ka nang pakila sa iba, diyan ka lang mag-focus. Kung yung required, kung yung AS, kung yung S, kung yung S-max, kung sino mag-govern doon. And that is your answer. Okay, so dito class kasi, since we want to design yung apat na yun, okay, so we just want a safest spacing that will be used for all the entire slab na din-design natin. So for this one, so for the spacing, we use divisible by 5 millimeters. So that's 245 millimeters. Ayan. So para-parehas na lang sila na space. Okay, so that is the spacing for the slab. The main bars. Main bars pa lang yan. How about the temperature bars? Madali lang to class. Ito yung parallel naman. So this spacing is parallel to the short span. So, paano natin ilalatag yan? So, mamaya pakita natin. Okay, again, these are negative bending moment. Ito positive moment. So, pag negative bending moment, ang bakal mo nasa taas. Pagka negative, nasa baba. Kaya makikita nyo. Okay, sige, pakita na natin. Ito yung ating one-way slab. Kaya makikita nyo sa site, nakaganyan yan, nakabend up. Ganyan yung mga bakal. Bend down. Sa mid-span, nakaganyan sila. Kasi sa mid-span, dapat nasa baba yung bakal natin. Sa support, dapat nasa taas. Yun yung spacing na yun. Sinod natin. Distances nila per 1 meter strip. For the entire ano na yun. Kasi you consider 1 meter strip. So lahat na ng okay, so sa lahat na ng ano mo, nung slab mo. So yun na yung spacing. 245. Okay, so how about the shrinkage? Yung shrinkage naman, yung temperature bars, okay, nilalagay lang yan para ma-resist yung pag-shrink ng ating concrete due to the reduction of the moisture content kasi natutuyo yun, nawawala yung moisture. So nagka-crack sila para mawala yung pag-shrink na yun. So we provide temperature bars. But for the temperature bars, you don't have to solve for the moment, bending moment. Kasi hindi naman moment yung nare-resist niyan, no? Yung pag-shrink. So, wala kinalaman si moment sa temperature bars. So sabi ni code, the minimum ratio, okay, still ratio for the temperature bars is 0.002. Okay? Again, still ratio. Minimum ratio to the gross concrete area. Gross concrete area. So, ratio to the gross concrete area. Since we are solving So, ganun din gagawin mo dito, class. You get a 1 meter strip parallel to the longer span. Pero, yung 1 meter strip na yan, 1,000 millimeter siya. So, ang gross mo dyan, class. Since we want spacing din ulit. Okay. So, the gross area is 1,000 times the thickness of the slab. Okay, so the ratio to the ratio of the temperature bars to the gross area. Parang you just multiply this to the area of gross para makuha yung AS mean. AS mean, okay, ng temperature bars, minimum for the temperature bars. So 1,000 times 135. 270 ang AS mean for the temperature bars. We get the spacing. Since meron ka ng AS, we get the same approach on getting the spacing. So you divide the AB, the area of the temperature bars. Usually parehas yung diameter ng temperature bars at saka ng main bars natin. Parehas lang yun. Then the AS times 1,000. Okay, that's 290. Okay. And then maximum spacing. For the maximum spacing ng temperature bars, iba siya doon sa maximum spacing ng main bars. Kasi dito 5H, doon 3H. Then you just select yung governing ng 290 spacing. Okay? So, ito na yung final spacing natin, class. So, for the spacing ng main bar, 245. The temperature for the spacing of temperature and shrinkage bars or shrinkage. So, ang nakuha natin dyan is 290. Okay? 290. So, paano mo siya i-layout sa iyo? Pagka nilagay mo na siya doon. Okay. So, ganito siya. Yan. Tapos, ganito. Yan. Sa support, nasa taas siya. Yan. Tapos, yung mga temperature bars, class. Pepatong mo lagi yan, no? Pag dito tayo sa negative support, no? Sa negative support, let's look at the cross-section pag ganyan. So, ito yung bakal mo nasa taas. Tapos yung temperature mo nandiyan dyan sa baba. Pasok mo lagi sa loob. Pag ganyan yun. Pag ganun yung temperature bars. Yan. Pag ganyan. Tapos pag sa mid-span naman, yung bakal mo nasa bottom bar sila. Tapos ito yung temperature bars. Yan. Sa taas siya. Ng mga windows. Kapag nasa bottom, nasa top, basta nasa loob lang ito. Okay? So, straight lang to, straight. Yung hindi mo kailangang i-bend. Okay. Yung mga temperature bars. Straight lang siya, guys. Straight lang siya. Dating doon sa support, straight siya. Pero nasa taas siya ng ating slab. That is how we design one-way slab. So anyway, no, kung ayaw nyo nung formula pala nung ito, ayaw nyo na ito, pwede naman yung C is equal to T. Yung galing sa moment, try natin. Yung galing sa C is equal to T, yung M. So, di ba, we have the Mn is equal to C times D over 2, T minus A over 2. So, si C is 0.85, FC prime, C is equal to 0.85 FC prime AB. So, unang makuha si A, Pagkakuha mo kay A, mag-ASFY ka na. So, ito lang substitute natin dito. So, we have Mn. Okay, we have Mn is equal to 0.85 Fc prime A A times D times D minus times D minus A over 2. Nakuha mo dyan sa A. Nakukuha natin dyan sa A, guys. Lagyan lang natin reduction factor both side of the equation. PMN. And that will be your MU. No? So MU is equal to reduction factor naman natin. Laging 0.9. Sige, free na lang to. E. Tapos ito na lang. I-derive mo lang to in terms of A. Shift solve pa lang. Pwede naman mag-shift solve dito, guys. Kaso, solve A. Ito yung nag-govern. Negative. So, A. Nakuha yung sa A. Baka din-design natin si moment na 120 km/h. Ang sagot dapat dapat parehas. Ang AS natin is AS required. Ito dapat lalabas. Dapat nag-negative. Taas kasi ng moment. Mga slab mababa lang yung moment. Ayan. 10, 15, 20 kN. O, ayan. Meron ka ng AS. 300 dapat yun din mapalabas natin. Pag may A ka na, ng A natin dito. Dapat, of course, maliit lang yung A mo. Sobrang laki ng A mo kasi thick slab lang to Okay. Laki ng compression block natin, kaya maliit lang yung A. Imagine mo 1,000 yun. So, ayan, mag-ASFY ka na. Mag-C is equal to T ka na dyan. C is equal to T. Okay. You know, C is 0.85 Fc prime times A times A times B. 0.85 is equal to T. So, T is AS times Fy. So, masasolve natin dito si AS. Solving for AS is equal to 0.85 Fc prime Fc prime times A times B over Fy. Ayan, 300.73. So, it's up to you kung ano gusto nyo gamitin to calculate the bending moment. To calculate the AS, it's either itong formula derived natin before or ito, yung galing sa C-spot. Tapos lang naman yun ang maglalabas sa sagot. Okay, so then calculate the spacing. Paras na yun. Next step. Okay, that is for the design of one-way slab. So, ito, mayroon pa isang sample dito. Just check this sample. Okay. And ito yung sagot niya dyan. Okay, so, proceed tayo sa two-way slab. Mabilis na lang to class kasi magano lang tayo dito, moment coefficient method din. Okay, so this is actually the fastest way to design the two-way slab. Kasi meron pa isang method, the direct design method. Okay, so but that is more complicated one. So let's try to discuss that. So on our face-to-face classes. But for this, so you may use this plate, itong moment coefficient method. And how do we use this? Parehas lang kanina. Okay. So for the two-way slab, it should be less than L over S, less than 2. That is two-way slab. When rectangular concrete slab is supported to long to short, less than to long, less than. less than 2. The bending is considered in both directions and the flexural are provided in both directions. Both directions. No? The flexural is provided at both directions. So sa parallel to the short span and parallel to the longer span. Okay, both direction dapat. So, using the coefficient method, okay, pero yung coefficient class is you just have to look at the table. So this is the table for the moment coefficient for the two-way slab. Okay. So, you just have to identify the cases. Ito yung mga cases natin. Paano basahin to, class? For the moment coefficient ng two-way slab, so we need first to identify its case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tingnan mo lang, class, kung interior panel ba siya. One edge discontinuous. Two edges discontinuous. Three edges or all edges are discontinuous. Tingnan mo lang yung edges nila. Ito yung interior panels. One edge discontinuous. Isang edge lang daw yung discontinuous. Alin dito yun, class? Anong slab? Isang edge lang ang walang adjacent. Anong slab yun dito? Kindly indicate the letters. The 4-letter corner column. Yes, correct. BCFG. Ano pa? Apat yun. BCFG, JK, NO, GHKL, EFIJ. So yun, no? One edge. Ayan, identify mo muna siya. Then after mo ma-identify, class, you check, ito na yung mga coefficient natin. Okay? Mayroon tayong coefficient sa short span. Meron tayong coefficient sa longer span. Okay, pag short span, class, ito yung titignan mo. Halimbawa, ito. Okay, anong case to, class? CDGH. Case number 1. CDGH is case number 2 edge discontinuous. Case number 3. Okay. I-design muna natin si short span. Okay? Values of M. Alamin mo muna yung value of M. M is actually S over L. Okay? M, ayan o, short to long. S over L. So, 5 over 5 is 0.5. So, dito ka titingin. Okay. So, ngayon, nasaan yung continuous edge? Ito. Dito banda sa GH. So, for continuous edge, ang coefficient mo, 0.009. For discontinuous edge, ito yon. Okay, that is 0.0045. For midspan, ito yung gitna. So, that is 0.068. Okay, gitna yun. 0.068 for midspan. So, ganun lang siya gamitin, class. Halimbawa, ito. Ito. Case number, ano to? Interior panel siya. Case number 1. Okay. So, tingnan nyo, walang laman to. Kasi wala naman diyang discontinuous end. Di ba po? Interior panel yan eh. Wala siyang discontinuous end. Puro continuous. So, paano natin malalaman yung coefficient dyan sa dulo? Yung coefficient ay multiply lang natin yan dito. Parang W lang. Actually, itong QU parang WU lang din yun eh. Kasi you multiply to 1 meter strip. Okay? So, then LN. So, that 1 meter strip, so, i-multiply natin, class. Hanapin natin yung coefficient. Let's say ito. This is 6 by 3. Actually, this is already two-way slab pala. No? One-way slab for this one. So, yung two-way slab lang. Ito, two-way slab. Okay, two-way slab to. Ano ba din design natin? Ito pala, no? Ito na lang, no? Try natin dito. Let's solve this problem. The floor framing plan of a reinforced concrete structure is shown in the figure. All rectangular beams are 300 mm wide, 500 mm deep. and the unit weight of concrete is 24 kilonewton per cubic meter. The FC prime is 28 megapascal, Fy is 345 megapascal, and the concrete cover is 20 millimeters. Diameter of bars 10 millimeter. Design slab EFHI using the following design loads. The floor finish is 1.25, electromechanical, ceiling, and live load of 3.8. So, unahin mo muna class yung slab thickness. For the slab thickness, so we will just use perimeter over 180. Okay. So, for the direct design method, mas ma-complicated doon. But for this one, it is just the perimeter over 180. So, again, we have two ways of designing the slab. So, unahin muna natin ito, mas madali. No, yung coefficient method. For this method is actually, you just get the perimeter over 180. So, the perimeter, that's ano bang dinedesign natin dito? EFHI. Okay. So, that is EFHI. So, we designed this EFHI. Okay. So, just get the perimeter, center to center of the beam, over 180, and this is your thickness. Ito lang naman pinadesign, hindi naman yung overall. So, you don't have to compare the thickness of them and then select the safest one. So, dito lang tayo mag-focus. Okay? So, the thickness is 135 millimeters. Then after that, you get the M kasi gagamitin natin yun mamaya or using the table. Okay, and then you get the factored load, factored pressure load. So you have 1.2 of the dead load. Pwede mo naman, unahin mo na si dead load, tsaka mo na lang multiply yung 1.2. And then 1.6 of the live load. Okay, 1.2 dead load plus 1.6 of your live. Okay? So, dead load to, pinagsama natin lahat ng mga electromechanical for finish, ceiling, and then the unit weight of concrete times its thickness. Hindi mo kuha yung QU pag wala ka pang thickness. Okay, so kuha si QU. After QU, yung mga coefficient naman. Unahin muna natin yung short direction. LN pala natin dito, class, refers to the LN. Okay. Lagi ng short direction. Okay, for the formula natin ng coefficient times LN. Okay, QU. Or W, pwede W yung LN squared. Okay. You don't have to get the average of the LN dito, ha? Wala nang ina-average. Unlike doon sa approximate analysis of one-way slab, you get the average. So dito don't need to get the average. Okay, so this is, your LN should be 4.7. This is 5 meters. Okay, so LN refers to the short span length. Okay, clear span of the short span. So, this is your LN. We substitute. Hanapin muna pala natin yung C. Anong type pa to ng slab? Anong case siya? Case number 2. Kasi one edge discontinuous. Okay, one edge discontinuous. So, both of them are continuous end. Diba? So, continuous edge. Continuous edge. So, dito lang tayo titingin. Ang tanong, saan dyan tayo titingin? Okay, so we look at doon sa value natin ng M. Ano ba yung M na nakuha natin kanina? Okay, yung M kanina is 0.714. Sure, wala naman yung sa table. 714. 714 is located dito. Sa gitna nila. So, sinusolve natin to class sa continuous edge. Dapat, ang masolve natin class na value ng coefficient, nasa gitna nito. So, we just use interpolation. Okay, so you may use mode 3-2 for the interpolation or you may use the traditional way or yung ano, no? Mode 3-2 lang. Okay, dito natin ilagay yung ano, yung sa x natin ilagay yung factor natin. So 0.7 and 0.7 and 0.6. Dito 0.062, 0.069. Okay. Tapos, since alam natin yung M, yung Y yung nawawala, so we solve Y given the M na 0.062. 714. Dito pala siya. Pagitan pala siya ng ano, sorry. Yung 0.714 pala, nasa pagitan ng 0.7 at saka 0.8. Dito pala tayo kukuha ng interpolation. Yan. Kasi ang gamit natin is M 0.71. So, using interpolation, mode 32 is 0.8, dito 0.7, yung partner na 0.8, 0.055, tsaka 0.062. Y yung kailangan natin. AC, kailangan natin makalabas yung regression, Y hat, 0.7. Answer, 0.061. Okay, so, ayan. Using loop. Pwede rin to class na yung slope. You know how to do this kasi we've done this before a lot of times. Doon sa reduction factor. Saan pa? Sa serviceability for parang naka-semi-logarithmic to na. Dito linear lang linear interpolation. Okay, so we get the coefficient for this one. Unahin muna natin coefficient dito. Okay, sa side dito. Actually, they have the same coefficient naman. Okay. For mid-span, ito dulo, they have the same coefficient sa H tsaka sa A. Okay, equal din yan yung magiging coefficient doon. Okay, kung same sila ng coefficient, same lang din yung magiging moment. Okay. So, how about yung HA, yung mid-span? So, dito yon. Ito naman interpolate natin. Palitan lang natin yung ating data dito. So, shift stat data. Palitan lang natin to guys na nawala. Wala natin dito. 0.8, 0.7, tapos 0.041, then 0.047. Okay, then shift start pressure by hand. Then you have the M 0.714. Okay, 0.04616. So we now have the coefficient. So you just multiply, ito na yung mga coefficient natin. So same lang yung coefficient doon sa edge sa H. And then dito, same lang. Okay, so we now get the moment. The moment is QU LN QU to no QU. LN is 4.7. We reduce it by the dimension of the beam. The dimension of the beam is 300 by ilan yun? The dimension of the beam is 300 by 500. Okay, so kaya 300 binainasan yung LN natin. 4.7. Okay, 4.7 times 1 meter. Parang nag-WU ka nga lang dito. Pressure times W. So, pressure times 1 meter. Parang WU na siya. No? Times 1 meter times LN na 4.7 times the coefficient. Ito na yung class, yung mga moments natin sa short direction. Then, to calculate the number of the AS, same mo lang doon sa one-way slab. Magbe-bending lang siya about doon sa 4.7. I-bend siya pa ganyan. Okay. So, ang ibahan lang dito class, yung pagkuha ng coefficient. So nakuha na yung spacing. Yung AS, kakaiba yan. So, of course, gamitin mo na lang to. Itong AS na to. Kasi, kung sino malaki dyan, yun yung mag-govern sa lahat ng spacing mo sa edge, sa midspan, parehas lang din sa edge. No? Para parehas yung spacing dapat, no? Sa edge, midspan, and edge. Kasi pag hindi pare-parehas yung spacing mo dyan, plus puputulin mo yung bakal, bawa dito, spacing mo, so 270, mas maluwag at tapos dito masikip. May spacing ka na 270, may spacing ka na dahil sa AS, halimbawa, sinunod mo yung AS na to, yun yung ginawa mong space. I mean, based on that value, you solve the spacing. Magkaiba yung spacing yan. So, iba yung spacing mo sa support, iba yung spacing mo sa midspan. Halimbawa, mas masikip. So, ganyan. So, hindi naging continuous yung bakal. Diba? Maganda, continuous class yung bakal. Bine-bend up, bend down mo lang. Kaya, pinapare-parehas na lang class yung space doon sa support tsaka sa midspan. Kunin mo na lang yung pinakamataas na value ng AS dyan based on the largest value of moments. Then, makukuha mo yung mataas na AS. So, sa case na to class, ang AS natin, 499. So, AS mean, 270. So, ito mag-govern. Okay, so we get the spacing based of that 499.4. So, ganun pa rin yung formula natin to get the spacing. AB over AS, yung nag-govern na AS dito. AS mean natin, to get the AS mean class, ganun pa rin, 0.002 area ng gross. Okay, for two-way slab, ganun din ang gagawin ha. 0.002 area ng gross. Anyway, for two-way slab class, the maximum spacing is 2H. 2 times H. Not 3H, no? For one-way slab yung 3H. Times 450. Okay, so kaya lumabas dito is 155. This is your spacing. 155. Okay, so maximum mo ha, 270 and 450. Ang mag-govern pa rin naman dito, 155. Ayan na, yan na yung spacing mo at short direction. 155 millimeters. Okay. Considering the long direction, LN here must be 6.7 na. Yan. Tapos, tingin tayo dito sa table. Hindi mo na kailangan class. Solve yung M dyan. Ito na agad yung iyong coefficient. Unlike sa shorter span, no, we solve pa yung M. And then we interpolate kung nasaan man siya dyan. Dito yan na agad, class. Okay, so sige nga, class, kung nasundan, ano ang gagamitin na coefficient? Okay. Coefficient para dito. 0.021. Yan, this continuous end. Ito continuous end, 0.041. Ito midspan, 0.031. Okay? So yun, so may coefficient ka na, ganun lang din ulit. Okay? May QU ka, ganun pa rin yung QU mo, both direction naman kasi, kasi considering 1 meter strip, you have the pressure. Pressure naman kasi ito eh. Considering the 1 meter strip, and then minimum area, 0.002 area ng gross. Okay? Then, ganun pa rin, i-design yung tatlo, kunin yung moment, and then, mag-C is equal to T, or yung derived formula from, if you have moment, yung B, T, di pala effective depth. No, ganun pa rin yung effective depth class ha, either of the direction. No? So, if you look at the effective depth, no? Same lang, either of the direction. And then you solve, it's either you solve the areas required or the rel required or AS. It's up to you. So with that, mag-govern pa rin dito class yung 110 na space. Okay, so ayan class. So for the summary of your design for short and long direction, okay, 10 millimeter at 155 on center, bottom bars, 10 millimeter, ganun sa parallel naman, 110, parallel to the long span. So, ganito yung schedule niyo. 3 marks, 2-way slab. Sa ano class? Sa one-way slab. Diba, mag-design ka ng one-way slab. Parallel lang siya sa shorter span. Dito, walang laman. One-way slab. Ganun nilagay niyo sa schedule niyo. Tapos may note ka dito. Note. For one-way slab. For S1. For S1. Use temp bar temperature bar with use for S1, use 10 millimeter diameter temperature bar space at let's halimbawa naka-dissolve ka ng 270 millimeter on center. So, ganyan. So, nasa note lang sa baba ng table mo doon sa schedule of slabs. Kung may cantilever slab ka, parang one-way slab lang yung class, yung pagde-design. Nasa taas yung bakal. Kunin mo lang yung moments doon sa cantilever. Then, yun. I think wala naman ata nag-design sa inyo ng cantilever slab. Okay. Then, for cantilever, ganun pa rin class ng pag-analyze. Top bar siya. Top bar lang siya. Wala siyang bottom bars. Top bar lang ang cantilever. Okay. So, for CS, mag-CS ka dyan, cantilever slab. Parallel lang siya sa short span. Tapos, top bar lang, 10 millimeter at yan. So, wala nang bottom bars. Yan. Kasi cantilever slab yun. Remarks, cantilever slab. Cantilever slab. So, tatlo lang ang laman nyo ng slab, Tatlo lang.